Hey, it's Brunch with Brian this morning, and I want to follow up actually with something I was talking about yesterday, and that's being more efficient, being an efficient investor. So that's actually what I'm talking about this morning, and it's what I'm going to be talking about, and Lynette and me, on your Teaching Tuesdays call today. So I love doing live Teaching Tuesdays calls. That is from 7 p.m. Eastern Time or 4 p.m. Pacific Time. It's a 1 hour call, usually about an hour. And we teach you guys. Every once in a while we'll do a Q&A, but mostly it's pure teaching. And we pick a topic that's vital to your success and really dive deep on it. And today we are talking about the efficient investor. So what does that mean to be an efficient investor? What do you have to do? How do you need to run your schedule? How do you need to time management is a big part of it, but also choosing the effective uses of your time. I mean, it's not just it's not just being nose to the grindstone. That's not how you be successful in real estate. How you be successful in real estate is intelligently apply the use of your time and then efficiently use your time. So I want you to intelligently be reaching out and doing cash flow deals right now, especially now. In fact, with interest rates and other factors in the marketplace and maybe uncertain values 3 to 6 months from now, rehabs are a little bit more of a risk now. If you can get some 10-year seller financing deal, not too risky. So long. Now, even if you overpay, now you might think, well, okay, I don't want to dive into that because I want to talk about being efficient. So being efficient means using your time well and not wasting your time. So we're going to talk about time wasters. I'm going to actually talk about individual time wasters and ways to think about them. And we're going to talk about, and listen, a time waster is not a time waster. That could be something, I don't want you to even, something that is impinging on your ability to be efficient at your real estate, that's a time waster. However, there's things you do that you enjoy, like maybe you go golfing. All right, now to me, that's a big time waste. But I like golf. I actually am a pretty decent golfer, and there's a lot of golfing out in Arizona. And my mom used to come out. Now that wasn't wasted. So before my mom passed away, she would come out for 2 or 3 weeks every spring, and just we golf, a couple, probably 4 or 5 times a week, or she'd be going every day. I wouldn't go every day with her. She was an avid golfer. So now that was worth my time because it was spending time with my mom. So I love that. But if it's just, and sometimes golf is a business thing too. So, don't speak too quickly. If, to me, it's a big time waste because I'm not getting business done on the golf course. Now, some people are. And it's a huge expenditure of time. It's 4 or 5 hours at least to go golfing. And so how are you using your time, and then how are you being efficient and not wasting your time? So if you enjoy something, even now TV is one of those tricky areas, and same with social media and TikTok and watching Facebook videos and all that. Within reason, that's why we're going to talk about compartmentalization. Okay, compartmentalization is another thing we're going to get into in terms of you being as efficient as possible. And I'm going to go through a task list. I'm going to go through your priorities of what I think you should be doing and what's top priority. And I'm just going to go through your schedule. That's obviously a huge part of being efficient. So the efficient investor, let's be efficient. So obviously eliminating time wasters and sticking to your schedule. Now this is really crucial. It's vital that you create a schedule, post it somewhere, sign it, and stick to it. Your schedule is your boss, okay? Your schedule is your boss. So you better know what your boss thinks you should do and when your boss thinks you should be working. Because guess what? If you are not used to running your own schedule and being your own boss, who's your boss? And if you go a whole week without looking at your real estate, who's going to squawk? And if there's no boss over you, nobody's going to squawk, and that's how you drift away from your real estate. Okay, so if you really want to pursue this as a business and make a lot of money, and your timing is excellent right now because there's a lot of opportunity, especially in these pre-funded seller financing cash flow deals, creative financing deals, that's what we love. And so we are focusing a lot on that. Now, you guys know in about 1 month, we're going to do our Taking Action workshop on August 26th, coming up later this month. Also, I missed Fresh Start Monday. Yesterday was actually the first, and you know how I like to really talk about Fresh Start Mondays when it's near the beginning of the month, and it was actually on the first, so I missed that. I'm sorry. Fresh Start Monday, yeah. So yesterday was a fresh start, a new month. We got 1 month left in this summer, so let's use it as efficiently as possible, doing the high priority tasks and focusing on what you need to focus on. So that's what we're going to get into more. And being on the phone, obviously, guys, what are the 2 top priority tasks in your day? Getting on the phone. I will tell you that research is important. I mean, you have to do research, and sometimes you're sending out emails, and sometimes you're sending out email offers. So some of the business, more so than before, depending on what kind of tech tools you have. I mean, do you have a software program that you can do a lot of research on, or how are you set up? So that's my question. But let's, if then you can spend more time on the computer. That's priority time because you have to be able to find the leads. But the real true priority time for me is anytime you're on the phone. Anytime you're talking to somebody on the phone, well, except for a seller that you'll never buy that house. Don't waste a bunch of time with some FISBO who wants to tell you all the improvements they made on the house, but they want full price and retail, and they won't give you payments. Okay, so don't waste time with them. Now that's a time waster too, is falling into this rapport trap, building rapport with a customer, and so you're having the greatest time and you're just chatting it up and you both went to the same school and all this. And so, but then, you get to a point where you have to switch into deal maker mode. I don't mind you being in good neighbor role, friendly neighbor role at the beginning of the call, and that's very important actually. So when you're building, there's certain roles you go through on your closing call. Listen to me going off on that tangent. So, but that's how to stay efficient on your closing calls, frankly, is stick to the roles. And your first role is business you, and you're establishing credibility. Then you're building rapport, so your friendly neighbor me, or friendly, that's what we usually say, friendly neighbor me. And then the next one is you're moving into deal maker me, or sometimes good shepherd me, because you're kind of guiding people through this process. So if you lollygag too much in friendly neighbor me, that's a time waster. If you're talking to some seller for 15 minutes about every improvement they made on the house, it's probably because you're scared to get to the deal maker role. Okay, and at some point you just got to move forward into that deal maker role and snap out of the but now listen, if you know it's a good deal and it's a good deal on paper going in, boy, I say take all the time you want. Build rapport for half an hour. It'll pay off. So that's actually a good deal. All right, so we're gonna, like I said, gave you a few tips here. Again, your top priority tasks is being on the phone and being out at houses. Deal meetings and closing calls are your top priority. So if you're being very efficient, you're making 10 closing calls a week to sellers, and you're going out to see at least 2 houses a week. That's what I'd like you to shoot for. Now, are you going to make that every week? Probably not, but that's the goal, and some of those are virtual as well. So we're going to talk a lot more about being an efficient investor on Teaching Tuesdays today. So look in the post here. I'll put the phone number up, and make sure you tune in on that on our Facebook page or YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. So today we're going to be, I am an efficient investor. Okay, that's our affirmation for today. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I am an efficient investor. I am an efficient investor. I am an efficient investor. Okay, we're going to make sure that's true after you guys take lots of notes from today's Teaching Tuesday later on. And don't forget, sign up. Go to homeinvestingacademy.com and sign up for our incredible Taking Action workshop coming up on August 26th. Don't miss that. That's a Friday, and it's all day virtual. So you guys can tune in and learn just what you need to know right now to really take advantage of changing market conditions and start making some serious money in this business. All right, so let's start deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Big smile. Another deep breath in. Are we going to make our 10 minutes? You know how I like to stay under 10 minutes. One more deep breath in. Big smile. Oh, that's the way to start today. Okay, guys, until I see you next on Thursday, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and as always,